في حفل جديد للكشاف الإسلامي في ميشيغان. قبل أن نبدأ بتلاوة عطرة من القرآن الكريم، أحب أن رجاء من الإخوة والأخوات أن يحاولوا أن يستضيفوا على طاولاتهم الإخوة القادمين من الخارج، ومحاولة أن يجلس الشباب مع بعضهم البعض لإخلاء الطاولات للعوائل القادمة. وشكرا جزيلا. خير ما نبدأ به حفلنا الكريم تلاوة عطرة من القرآن الكريم يتلوه على مسامعنا القارئ الأخ الحاج أحمد حمدان، فنستقبله بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
يا آل بيت رسول الله حبكم فرض من الله في القرآن أنزله كفاكم من عظيم الشأن أنكم من لم يصلي عليكم لا صلاة له. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وإذ ابتلى إبراهيم ربه بكلمات فأتمهن. قال إني جاعلك للناس إماما قال ومن ذريتي قال ومن ذريتي قال لا ينال عهد الظالمين. وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا واتخذوا من مقام إبراهيم مصلى وإذ قال إبراهيم رب اجعل هذا بلدا آمنا وارزق أهله من الثمرات من آمن منهم بالله وارزق أهله من الثمرات من آمن منهم بالله وباليوم الآخر قال ومن كفر فأمتعه قليلا ثم أضطره إلى عذاب النار ثم أضطره إلى عذاب النار وبئس المصير وإذ يرفع إبراهيم القواعد من البيت وإذ يرفع إبراهيم القواعد من البيت وإسماعيل ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم ربنا وابعث فيهم رسولا منهم يتلو عليهم آياتك ويعلمهم الكتاب بسم الله وتقطعوا أمرهم بينهم كل إلينا راجعون فمن يعمل من الصالحات وهو مؤمن فلا كفران لسعيه فمن يعمل من الصالحات وهو مؤمن فلا كفران لسعيه وإنا له كاتبون صدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وآله الأطهار اللهم صل وسلم وزد وبارك على رسول الله وآله الأطهار على رسول الله وآله الأطهار صلوات على محمد وآل محمد
أفلح من عامر ثانية بأعلى الأصوات. والآن نرجو الهدوء رجاءً. تعال شوي. نرجو الجلوس من الجميع والهدوء. والآن مع افتتاحية الكشاف المسلم مع النظام المرصوص وكل طليعة تمثل الفرقة بعد الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد بأعلى الأصوات.
جد ترى صف جد بس تريح بس تعد الشاب كومن مكانك الشاب روح
الطائلة هو مثل هذا الفراغ بالأعمال الفنية والدروس الإسلامية المفيدة والمخيمات والرحلات والأجواء المسلية الهادئة. فيحاول القادة بأسلوبهم المرن أن يساعدوا أبناءنا وبناتنا على بناء شخصية إسلامية ثقافية مسؤولة وقادرة على الاندماج في هذا المجتمع من دون التأثر بالأجواء المحيطة بها، أي شخصية مؤثرة وفاعلة في واقعنا الحضاري الجديد المبني على أسس متينة وهي أخلاق رسولنا الكريم وأهل بيته عليهم السلام أجمعين. فقال في الكشاف: يحاول دائما أن يزرع بذور الإيمان في ذهنهم ويوضح لهم طريق العبادة والصلاة والدعاء، ومع فهم هذه العبادات يشعرون بالارتباط بالله سبحانه وتعالى ويأنسوا بالقرآن الكريم، كما قال الإمام الصادق عليه السلام: من قرأ القرآن وهو شاب مؤمن اختلط القرآن بلحمه ودمه. وأخيرا، إن أهم ما نقدمه لأولادنا الأخلاق النبيلة ونكون المثل الحي والقدوة لهم في التقوى والصفاء والوعي والصدق وقوة الإيمان، فيتأثر الولد بهذه الأجواء الحميدة وينشأ بشخصية الإنسان المسلم، فيكبر قلبه وتزكو نفسه ويتعمق إيمانه وتظهر أخلاقه وتستقيم سيرته وتنظم أموره وتتقوى لديه دوافع البر والإحسان والصلاح في فعل الخيرات. وقبل الختام أود أن ألفت انتباهكم إلى هذه النقطة المهمة: إن جميع القادة من دون استثناء في الكشاف المسلم هم إخوة وأخوات تطوعوا بأوقاتهم من أجل حفظ الهوية الإسلامية لأبنائكم الذين نعتبرهم أبناؤنا، فهم لا يتقاضون أي أجر مادي من أي شخص أو مؤسسة، بل أجرهم على الله وحده. ونسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يوفقنا جميعا لنشر دينه وتعاليمه وأحكامه، ويجعلنا وإياكم من المؤمنين العاملين المخلصين، حتى نسلم الراية إلى أولادنا الذين يمثلون الأجيال الإسلامية الطلائعية التي سترفع كلمة الإسلام عاليا ويصبحون قدوة حسنة يقتدى بها في هذه البلاد. فنسألكم جميعا بالدعاء لنا ولكم ولأولادكم بالتوفيق لهذا العمل الجهادي، والتوفيق من الله. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وتهف إليك تحايانا من عمق الروح نناديك: يا مهدي أدركنا الآن. مع طليعة القائد روح الله للأناشيد الإسلامية للإخوان مع نشيد يا مهدي أدركنا الآن، سنستقبلهم بعد الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
أفلح من أعاد الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد بأعلى الأصوات.
أشرقها نحن نحييك وتهف إليك تحايانا. أشرقها نحن نحييك وتهف إليك تحايانا. من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن. من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن. يا مهدي أنت مولانا. يا مهدي أنت مولانا. في كل نهار ننتظر رايات من جهة الشرق. يا مهدي أنت المنتظر فاعبر بخطاك على الأفق. في كل نهار ننتظر رايات من جهة الشرق. يا مهدي أنت المنتظر فاعبر بخطاك على الأفق. وتقدم واشهد مرآنا في أسوأ حال تلقانا. وتقدم واشهد مرآنا في أسوأ حال تلقانا. من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن. من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن. يا مهدي أنت مولانا. يا مهدي أنت مولانا. صرنا أغرابا في الوطن وذئاب الكفر تحاصرنا. هلا تأتي يا ابن الحسن لا ناصر غيرك ينصرنا. صرنا أغرابا في الوطن وذئاب الكفر تحاصرنا. هلا تأتي يا ابن الحسن لا ناصر غيرك ينصرنا. وقدوم خلاصك قد حانا ليعيد إلينا ما كان. مقدوم خلاصك قد حانا ليعيد إلينا ما كان. من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن. من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن. يا مهدي أنت مولانا. يا مهدي أنت أشرقها نحن نحييك وتهف إليك تحايانا أشرقها نحن نحييك وتهف إليك تحايانا من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن من عمق الروح نناديك يا مهدي أدركنا الآن يا مهدي أنت مولانا يا مهدي أنت مولانا
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد.
ذكريات طبعت في أذهان العناصر الكشفية من رحلات واحتفالات ومناسبات ترفيهية وإسلامية وثقافية جمعناها لكم أهلنا الكرام لتشاركوا فلذات أكبادكم لحظات سعادتهم على شريط بعنوان My Brother ونشاهده سويا ببركة الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. Right now they're showing a film and some slideshows regarding the scouts, and they're going to be showing a movie called My Brother in just a couple minutes. I want to make sure, I know we're having a little bit of difficulty with the seating. We've put the maximum number of tables that are here out on the floor right now. These are all the seats that we have. Alhamdulillah, we have a full house, but we want to try to accommodate everybody. Some of us, we're just going to walk around. If you need anything, we'll be glad to help you and serve you in any way possible way we can. So if you just make it easy on us, the night will get by easy and quick. So if anybody really has a problem, come see me. I'll do whatever I can, or any of the leaders here will try to serve you as much as possible. Thank you and enjoy the evening.
صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. لطالما حلمنا بنشاطات تملأ فراغنا وتغذي طاقتنا وعقولنا وتشعرنا بدفء الأبوة والأخوة اللذان نستمدهما من اهتمام القادة وتضحياتهم. فدعونا نستقبل وإياكم أخا لنا عزيزا لطالما أعطانا من وقته وجهده، وكان لنا مثالا للقائد الحنون المربي والقدوة الحسنة للمستقبل. مع كلمة الكشاف مع رئيس جمعية الكشاف المسلم الأخ السيد وسام شرف الدين، فلنستقبله ببركة الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
بسم الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ونصلي ونسلم على نبيه الكريم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. ولتكن منكم أمة يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون. Let there arise out of you a band of people, inviting to all that is good, enjoining what is right, and forbidding what is wrong. They are the ones to attain success. Dear brothers and sisters, very brief word, inshallah. Our society today is made out of three sectors. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. أفلح من أعاد الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. Dear brothers and sisters, in our word today, there's a request, inshallah, for the audience to calm down, and inshallah, food will be served soon, with a wide definition of the word soon. So the economic sector, the political sector, and the social sector. Just to jump to the subject, we have a problem in America, which is the domination of the economic sector over the political sector and the social sector. That's not something that we notice as Muslims. This is something all the intellectuals notice in this country. Of course, this has great effects. It has effects on the political sector. The governments are losing the credibility and power to assist their own citizens as corporations determine jobs, resources, education, and health. Lobbying and campaign contribution became the power in the country. Thus, the economic sector has taken over the political sector with an end result of harming the community. Also, by domination in the economic sector, a cultivation of the culture of excessive individualism and self-indulgence is resulted. The power is no longer in the hands of the people, since they have lost interest in communicating with the political system or influencing the overall system. The voting rate is the best example of that. I'm going to skip my statistics, inshallah. The more alone the society is, the more powerless it is. Because only collective action makes an influence, and when the society is divided into individuals, then this power is gone. Also, the denomination of the the domination of the economic sector also had its severe social effects. And probably it is a worse effects on the social sector than it is on the political sector. The economy in our society rewards the winners and forgets the losers. People who fail to compete in a free market will have a negative reflection socially. The unskilled, the too old, the too young, the handicapped, the unintelligent, the sick, the undereducated, or simply unlucky people will be displaced or ignored, and this will result in homeless people, alcoholics, child abuse, unowed mothers, gangs, crime, violence, etc., like we are witnessing in our society today. Another effect of the domination of the economic sector is that it converts the parents in the house into a working parents. Of course, children in the United States today are being left with insufficient attention. Also a raised level of stress, which resulting in an increased number of dysfunctional families. Another problem of the domination of the economic sector is the undermining of the community values and culture. Advertising and entertainment that stresses only materialism, greed and lust, promiscuity, violence, drugs, disrespect, immorality, selfishness, self-centricity, self-worship, shallow iconography, and the other social harmful effects which all of you are aware of. Dear brothers and sisters, these are not minor problems. We have to know and understand the society that we are living in and the system that we are living in. If left unattended, they will not only detract from the quality of our life, but may ultimately destroy the economy itself and destroy our life totally. Today in the United States, we have went to the moon, but we have failed to communicate with our neighbors. Dear brothers and sisters, we can fill our homes with the fine products, but still feel a poverty of relationships and enjoyment. We can go to expensive vacations and yet still experience a sense of fruitlessness and spiritual void. Now we are seeing faint signals of awakening towards these social problems and this problem in the system. Unfortunately, when the Muslims came to this country, they have simply joined that system and became happy victims of this system. And instead of being people who would encourage the social awakening and help the American society from being saved from the blood-sucking economy, rather they became happy victims and part of the system in which they ourselves are oppressed. There is awakening, dear brothers. The point I'm getting to is the social sector is represented by the non-profit organization. And what we are today gathering for, the place we are gathered in, is a non-profit organization. And the Boy Scouts of America that we belong to is a non-profit organization. The Girl Scouts of America is a non-profit organization. Muslim Scouts of Michigan is a non-profit organization. Islamic House of Wisdom that supports the Scouts is a non-profit organization. These organizations are putting back life in its right path. And we have to recognize that, and we have to understand that as much as we are participating in the economic sector, and unfortunately we are not participating in the political sector, we have to also participate in the social sector and provide our role in being part of non-profit organizations or establishing ones ourselves. From 1977 to 1994, the growth in the non-profit sector has been 3.7% per year. In 1999, 93 million Americans were part of non-profit organizations. That's almost 50% of adults. Are you a part of a non-profit organization? If the gathering over here did not have a 50% participation in a non-profit organization, this means that our community is more socially dead than the American society itself. But rather we should have been in the pioneers of social work, and we should be in the beginning of the line of social activity. The Boy Scouts of America is one of the greatest non-profit organizations. It holds more than 3.5 million members. We as Muslims have been late in joining this organization. And the biggest problem we have is the lack of volunteer hours. In 1999, the American people has given 20.3 billion hours for volunteer work. We actually have a lot less volunteer work and work that we don't seek an economic benefit from than the people who do not have our beliefs. We Muslims should dominate the social work and the volunteer work. First of all, by the way, the food is ready, and inshallah, once we finish the word, the food is going to start to be served. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Good news. The bad news is that we as Muslims who believe that this life is not our objective, and that this life with everything that is on it is not worth a broken wing of a mosquito, and we the Muslims who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Holy Quran, قُلْ لَوْ كَانَ آبَاؤُكُمْ وَأَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَإِخْوَانَكُمْ وَأَزْوَاجُكُمْ وَعَشِيرَتَكُمْ وَأَمْوَالٌ اقترفتموها وتجارة تخشون كسادها ومساكن ترضونها أحب إليكم من الله ورسوله وجهاد في سبيله فتربصوا حتى يأتي الله بأمره والله لا يهدي القوم الفاسقين. We, the Muslims, who Allah speak to us like this, and we the Muslims who believe that our reward is after death and not before death, and we the Muslims who believe in the extensive and great undescribed and incomprehensible rewards from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we're the Muslims who in our heart have the most love to humans, and we're the Muslims who consider all the humanity as the children of God. وَأَحَقُّكُمْ إِلَى اللَّهِ أَرْفَقُهُمْ بِعِيَالِهِ. We the Muslim who believe that our arzaq is in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that our efforts only influence it insignificantly. We the Muslims who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us in the Hadith al-Qudsi, يا ابن آدم خلقت السماوات والأرض ولم أعي بخلقهن أيعيني رغيف أسوقه إليك كل حين إن لم ترضى بما قسمته لك لأسلطن عليك الدنيا تركض فيها ركض الذئب في البرية لا ينالك منها إلا ما كتبته لك ولا أبالي. We the Muslims who consider 40 houses on our right and left and front and the back are our neighbors, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala questions us about our neighbors more than questioning us about our family. And we the Muslims who believe that everyone is brothers and sisters, and that emphasize social work with Salat al-Jama'ah wa Salat al-Jum'ah wal Hajj wal Umrah and all the forms of Islamic social and collective jurisprudence. We're the Muslims with all these qualities are slacking off in any social awareness and any social consciousness. We barely believe that we are part of this society. We are living extreme individualism in comparison to the American society. Dear brothers, it's time for us to understand that this is our society and this is our community. And when you die, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you about Dearborn. Allah is not going to ask you about Beirut or Najaf or whatever city. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you about the city that you're living in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to ask you about the neighbor next to you. It is time for us to realize that this is our country and this is our society. And if we have any intention to go back to our country, then it is a personal agenda, not a social agenda. Otherwise, we're talking about exodus. Also, dear brothers, that we're Muslims that believe that social work is an Islamic duty greater than all duties in Islam. And we're Muslims that believe that there is a big sin called at-ta'arrub ba'd al-hijrah, means leaving a society which practices Islam into a society which does not practice Islam. We believe this is one of the big sins that create eternal fire for the person in the hereafter. We believe in that. وأكبر مصداق للتعرب بعد الهجرة ضياع الأولاد. والعمل الكشفي والكشاف الإسلامي وبقية المنظمات, the rest of the organizations that work for our social benefit, they are the ones who left this big sin away from our backs. Dear brothers, it's our duty. My message today, the bottom line of my message today, dear brothers and sisters, to finish my talk, is we have to wake up socially. The money that we have is not going to make a difference. And the money that we have is not going to build a human. We have built enough walls, and we have bought enough commodities. It is time now to put our effort to build the humans, and this only happens with the sacrifice of time. I invite you today to sacrifice one of the greatest things that you have, and according to some scholars, the only precious thing that you have, the only thing that is not available in America. Everything else is available. It's not, everything else can be bought except that one. And everything can be made available except this one, which is time. Time has been stolen from us. We have to bring time to our hands, dear brothers and sisters, and this only happens by planning. So we have to replan our life to free our time for our community, for our brothers and sisters, and for our social service. I finish with this. The Muslim Scouts of Michigan, dear brothers, have grown from 2002 with 40 Boy Scouts into 278 today. And from 7 leaders to about 30. And what last year's contribution assisted us, last year's contributions, dear brothers, when we were gathered in this hall, it provided a video production unit for the Muslim Scouts of Michigan. It initiated a scout band that you saw today. It provided a van for transportation, which has been used not only by the Muslim Scouts, but by many community groups and organizations for camping and transportation. Also, your contributions last year, with the permission and help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, helped us establish a theater committee with many equipment and customs. Your contribution last year initiated a scouting library located in the Islamic House of Wisdom, which has been a great host and supporter of the Muslim Scouts of Michigan, as well as Bint Jbel Cultural Center. And by the way, there is a sister in the hallway selling tickets for the Islamic House of Wisdom fundraising, which is next Sunday, April 4th. Also, a sewing group, craft group, and paintball club have been established. Dear brothers, the plans of the Muslim Scouts of Michigan this year is first of all to establish 100% trained leaders, quality unit rewards, community projects, media training. Already the media committee has started with a media education classes for our troops and cadets, that's teaching them how to make websites and how to do flash presentations, etc. Newsletter by the Girl Scouts group. Develop a venture group from the age of 15 till the age of 18, the establishment of Islamic theater, to fully complete the establishment of the Muslim Scout marching band, to establish the soccer tournament of Dearborn, develop the Muslim Scouts website to accommodate the database and inventory, Islamic Unity Week in the Islamic House of Wisdom, also to perform junior training for our first-class scouts, and the remodeling of the Muslim Scouts office in the Islamic House of Wisdom, the establishment of the Youth Center in the Islamic House of Wisdom, and a public relations room. Also to, and most importantly, to provide more educational programs for our scouts, the completion of the Muslim Scouts Scouting Library, more interaction with the other Boy Scouts of America, and to establish the Institute of Quranic Studies of the Scouts. I hope that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and with your help, inshallah, will be able to achieve these goals. And last but not least, I would like to end with a saying for Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, إن لله عبادا يختصهم الله بالنعم لمنافع العباد فيقر ما في أيديهم ما بذلوها فيقرها في أيديهم ما بذلوها فإذا منعوها نزعها منهم وحولها إلى غيرهم. طبعا النعم هذه متعددة. The translation of Allah said, there are some creatures of Allah whom Allah particularizes with favors for the benefit of the people. Therefore, He keeps them in their hand as long as they provide them for others. But when they deny them to others, He takes away the favors from them and sends them to others. Dear brothers, we hope that all of us today will have the intention to provide something to our community and to our youth by sacrificing our time and ourselves, our bodies, our knowledge, and our money. And وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.
Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Can I have all the scouts? Okay? All the scouts here, I want everybody's hands up. Okay? For the ones who don't know what this means to freeze and no talking. The mouths are completely closed. Okay? So it should be silent in here. I shouldn't hear any voices. Okay? This is one of our rules. As did. And after we put our hands down, we don't continue to talk. Okay, these are the proper steps that we teach the children. We wanted the children to listen. We want them to be loyal to their parents. We want them to be loyal in school. Okay, so when we practice good habits, we get good people out of them. When a child goes up to his parents, when a parent calls them and the child says, Na'am, okay, and the parent says, Allah yin'am alayk or Allah yin'am alayki. You're sending blessings both back and forth between the parent and the child. You're having a good conversation. It's starting to get loud again, people. Scouts? Okay. You know, Sayyid Wissam was up here trying to speak. He was trying to say all the things that we did last year with the money that we got. I don't think half the people here, or 70% or 80% of the people here, heard him about our accomplishments, about the goals and what we accomplished last year, what we bought, what we spent. These things are important because you're over here, okay, to donate money to this program that we're doing. And we want to appreciate, we want to thank you for the money and support that you're doing. In order to appreciate it, you have to see what we've done. You know, some of the films and the slides and the pictures show your children having a good time in an Islamic environment. And so what we want is we want to give everybody a chance. I know we're hungry. The food is going to be served around 6:15, so everybody knows what time the food's going to be served. There's about a half hour left. Okay, so there shouldn't be any more questions about when the food is going to be served. We have Hiba Shukr is going to come up and introduce the next program for us. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
نشكر السيد وسام شرف الدين. ولأننا برانا بنشاطات عديدة، أحببنا أيضاً أن يكون الفن على أنواعه جزءاً من حياتنا الكشفية، فكان لنا باقة غنية ومتنوعة من الأناشيد الإسلامية التي لها الأثر الكبير في نفوسنا وقلوبنا. وبمناسبة ذكرى 40 الإمام الحسين عليه السلام، تود فرقة الأناشيد في الكشاف المسلم للأخوات أن تقدم لكم نشيداً من تأليفهم وتلحينهم بعنوان ومضى الحسين، فلنستقبلهم بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.
محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلاة على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله بيت الطيبين الطاهرين. I'd like to give thanks to Hassan Al-Abad, the photographer tonight who's doing our film for us. He donated his time and all of his video equipment for us tonight. And we'd like to thank him with Zat al-Tashfiyya. All the scouts, Allah, Muhammad, Ali. Allah, Muhammad, Ali, Hassan, Hussein, Shaheed. Shukran Iktir Hassan. My speech is going to be mixed in Arabic and in English. My Arabic is going to be as best as I can do it. In my English, we'll let it go. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A well-known saying of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam goes as follows. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Guys, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I'm going to put my watch right here. Okay, it's 6:01. All right, we got 14 minutes and counting. Now, if you guys give me a hard time, it might be 6:20 before we eat, 6:25, maybe 6:30. So if you guys want to eat quick, okay, and not 7 o'clock, let's get this over. All right, so we need this place quiet. The hadith goes, surely your Lord has a right against you. Yourself has a right against you. And your wife has a right against you. And in other verses, in other hadiths, it says, a guest, your body, your eye, and a friend, and to those who have rights against you. Yeah, in some other versions, a clause is added. It says, so give everyone who possesses a right his right. What this means is that children, okay, you guys, scouts, are you listening? What it means is, this one is better? This one is better, or should I try both? Okay. What it means is that we have to honor our parents, especially our mother and then our father. Okay, and what we try and stress is what? To respect. All else we have to respect our parents. It's number one goal. Is that right, scouts? Come on, that's not the answer I want. Is that right? Aliyam alaykum. Is that right? Na'am. Is that right? Aliyam alaykum. Great. All right. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made 7 rights incumbent upon the persons of faith, al-mu'mineen. Towards the person of faith. Toward the person of faith. To respect him in his person. To love him in his breast. Share with him in his property, consider backbiting against him unlawful. Visit him in his illness, escort his coffin, and say nothing but good about him after his death. And this is what we need. These are the rights that we have upon, this is what the mu'mins have, the rights upon us. Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam explains in more or less exhaustive fashion what is meant by everyone who possesses a right. I think this is important because it fits into our program here as, you know, we're here to, as a fundraiser. In his hadith, he explains, know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mercy upon you, that Allah has a right against you, and that these encompass you in every moment through which you move, every rest through which you rest, every way station in which you reside, every limb which you employ, and every instrument which you put to work. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Basically, I'm going to cut through everything because it looks like we're getting a little restless here, and I think it's been 4 minutes now. We've only read one page. So what it means is our eyes, listen, all of the children, pay attention to me. You see, our eyes have a right over us. Okay? Our mouth, our tongue, our ears, they have a right over us. In other words, our stomach, listen to this, we're hungry right now, right? Okay? But let's say we put something haram inside our stomach. Whether it's food that's haram, whether it's a drink that's haram, whether it's a certain kind of smoke that's haram, right? What does it mean? It means that on the day of judgment, our stomach will come to us and say, we had a right over you. Why? And who gave you permission to put that haram in me? Okay? Our eyes that we see on the day of judgment will say, what right did you have for me to see that haram thing? Are you guys understanding this? Our tongue on the day of judgment will come and say, what right did you have to say bad words from me? Do you understand why this is important? Why our program here, the Muslim Scouts, okay, yes, we want to have fun with the kids. Yes, we want to go out and do, activities with them. But at the same time, we stress good morals all the time. How to speak polite, how to speak good, how to respond with an answer when somebody sneezes. Is there a proper thing to say instead of say, bless you, God bless you, yarhamukum Allah. You see, and what's the response? You see, we want to teach these kids. Now, we say all the time, somebody gives you something, we say thank you. Is that right? Everybody says thank you. What does somebody else say in return? You're welcome. Okay, but if somebody was to say, you give somebody and you say shukran, what's a good answer to shukran? Thank you? No, shukran ilallah, right? So how are we talking back and forth? Aren't we supposed to remember Allah all day long? In our prayers, in our conversation? Well, our conversation all day we're saying thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, let's say shukran, shukran, shukran. Shukran ilallah, shukran ilallah, shukran ilallah. Right? We're remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tonight, okay, we're here and everybody knows we're here for a fundraiser. Okay, we're trying to collect donations for our Muslim Scouts. And everybody knows, all the leaders, we all have jobs. A lot of us still go to school, we work. Okay, and then we also have children, we have homes, we have spouses, we have wives, we have husbands that we also have to take care of. We also have to look out for, and we also have to do activities with them also. And we still have to find time for our children to have a good time, for your children to have a good time. And so what we want, okay, is donations. Some people, because of their busy schedule, they can't volunteer. Some of us, we make the time and we have the time to be volunteers. Those who don't have the time to be volunteers, okay, by giving money, by donating, it's the same thing as being a volunteer, because your money is working for us. Okay, I don't know if that makes any sense. The money that you give is the same as if you're working yourself, as if you're volunteering, because it's your money that's making everything work, making it go. making the whole program proceed, to continue forward into the future. And another thing that the Scouts, our program, is it fights against government oppression. Okay, and I'm going to explain this. Did you guys hear that word? Government oppression. ظلم الحكومي علينا. What that means is, let me speak a little in Arabic. شو معناتها هيدي ظلم من الحكومة؟ كيف نحن بنحارب عليها؟ الحكومة تيجي بتعطي كل واحد بالبيت فرصة للواحد يشتري تلفزيونات ببيته، right؟ وبتيجي بتخلي المناظر اللي بيجوا على التلفزيون المنتنة مش مليحة، اوكي؟ تفوت على البيوت، اوكي؟ والشوارع برا كمان نفس الشيء، سمع، مناظر، حكي، عمل، كله ما بيسوى. اوكي، هذا كله مقصد موجود. اوكي، مقصد موجود. الولد اذا ما عم بيعمل شيء، الولد اذا ما عم بيعمل نشاطات دينيه، نشاطات عم بينبسط فيها مع اخوان مسلمين معاه، شو بده يعمل نشاطات؟ مع مين؟ مع الكفار؟ اوكي؟ نحن هذا الكشاف المسلم اللي عاملينه لحتى الولد يعمل نشاطات بالاسلام، اوكي؟ بالدين تبعه. وبس الولد يعمل نشاطات بالدين تبعه معناته عم بيحارب على العمل الظلم اللي عم بيصير علينا بالمدارس، بالشوارع، everywhere. هذا العمل مش مليح. البروجرام هذا تبعنا مهم جدا. anywhere اللي فيه عمل اسلامي، نشاطات للاولاد، اوكي؟ لازم دايما لازم support it. اوكي؟ لازم نشجعه. اوكي؟ So this is some of the few points. In the back over there's a table for donations, and we want to ask you guys to donate. And other thing too, الواحد بس يعطي تبرعات نفسية من جوا، الواحد بحس مرتاح، بكون مبسوط. ليش؟ عشان أعطى مصاري لشيء بيعرف الواحد مصرياته لوين رايح. اوكي؟ والسيد كاين هون عم بيقول لكم المصاري السنة الماضية شو عملنا فيها، وين صرفناها، كيف صرفناها. اوكي؟ وكمان هالسنة كمان عندنا نشاطات وبدنا نشتغل، كمان نفس الشيء السنة الجاية إن شاء الله نعطيكم الأفلام الحلوة، الصور الحلوة، النشيد الحلو، الحكي الحلو، الأولاد مهذبين، الأولاد الشاطرين. وإن شاء الله لأولادنا عبكرة بصوروا واقفين هون كمان محلي، كمان عم بيعملوا نفس الشيء لأولادهم. اوكي؟ إذا نحن هلا بنفتح الباب إلهم، هلا هن عبكرة بيفتحوا 10 أبواب و100 باب عبكرة. اوكي؟ that's why نحن هون بهذا البلد مهمة ندايم العمل الخير، العمل المليح. بعد في 2 minutes. اوكي؟ هلا بعد الأكل، هلا they're gonna serve the food in just a couple minutes. And please do what you can to help support the program, and we'll do our best. We'll do everything that we can to help support, educate, and teach the children and keep the government ظلم away from them. Shukran. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I need your attention, please. All the scouts, the troops, listen for your names. Ali Bazzi. Ali H. Bazzi, تفضل. Ali Dbouk. Ahmed Ayoub. No, line up behind him. Hussein Dbouk. Salah Bazzi. Ali As-Sinjari. Hussein Amir. Murtada Al-Khafaji. مجتبى شري. حسن مغنية. حسين ريشوني. أحمد عنقوني. محمد إبراهيم. أحسان إبراهيم. إبراهيم. حسن بزون. محمد زعيتر. وحسين جابر. خضر عباس. Let me have a new line, please, up here. محمد شري. إبراهيم بيدون. علي طاهر. محمد جمعة. وعادل مكي. Okay, these boys, they're getting their advancements. They've accomplished a lot in the Scouts, and they've gone through different phases. And we have tenderfoot, we have first class, and we have second class. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
I would like to request the troop leaders to come forward. And if any parents like to take the picture when their sons are receiving the reward, they can also be ready to come forward. This is happening during serving dinner, inshallah. When your name is called, O Scout, you come forward, salute your leader, and then you salute the Scout Master and you receive your reward from the Scout Master. I'd like Qaid Ruh Allah, since I'm busy, to represent Al Badriyun, inshallah. So if he can come forward too. كشاف جميعا تراه صف دل رح عد الشاف دوما صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. جوائز قائد الطليعة. الجائزة الأولى Patrol Reader Reward حسين ريشوني طليعة النور. علي دبو طليعة البدريون. You salute the Scout Master and you take the reward from him. This is Hajj for the Arif. You just stand here, they'll come to you inshallah. حسن بزون طليعة العهد. علي علوي طليعة الحسينيون. خضر عباس طليعة سراج القدس. Assistant Patrol Leader Reward. علي علوي, sorry we didn't call him. Yeah, with Fundaqai. Also, we need Ali Jaber online too. Assistant Patrol Leader مساعد قائد طليعة علي ظاهر from طليعة النور. علي جابر from طليعة الحسينيون. أحمد أيوب from البدريون. محمد زعيتر from العهد. and عادل مكي from سراج القدس. Scouts that has been ranked from Boy Scouts to Tenderfoot Scouts today. After receiving your reward, you can go back to your seat. Ali H. Bazzi from Al Badriyun. Ali Dbu from Al Badriyun. This is Tenderfoot. Tenderfoot badge. Tenderfoot rank. Ahmed Ayoub, Tenderfoot, Al-Badriyun. Hussein Dbu, Tenderfoot, Al-Badriyun. Ali Al-Sanjari, Tenderfoot, Al-Badriyun. Salah Bazzi, Tenderfoot, Al-Badriyun. Hussein Amir, Tenderfoot, Al-Badriyun. From طليعة النور مرتضى الخفاجي Tenderfoot النور. مجتبى شري Tenderfoot النور. حسن مغنية Tenderfoot النور. حسين ريشوني Tenderfoot النور. أحمد عنقوني Tenderfoot النور. From سراج القدس محمد إبراهيم Tenderfoot سراج القدس. From طليعة العهد حسين إبراهيم Tenderfoot العهد. إبراهيم Tenderfoot العهد. حسن بزون Tenderfoot العهد. محمد زعيتر Tenderfoot العهد. حسين جابر Tenderfoot العهد. Scouts receiving second class rewards. خضر عباس second class سراج القدس. Just give them. محمد شري سراج النور second class. إبراهيم بيضون سراج القدس second class. علي ظاهر النور second class.